Hello everyone, welcome to another session on MCP servers. In the last demo, we discussed about SSE, server sent event. We created a function app, we deployed it locally, we also deployed it on Azure, and then we tested it. For example, if you have your function app running, you can add the URL here and you can connect it. You can list tools and then you can execute tools. For example, this was the hello world we created. Then we had this get support data, which takes data from a JSON file. And then we also had this prompt where you can type your question and it gives you the answer. So that was our last session. In today's session, we'll talk about standard input output. And we will create an MCP server and we'll do all the prompts, connect all the listing tools. So let's get started. In our last demo, we created a solution and a function app and a class library. And now we will create a new console app. Right click on your solution, click on new project, choose console app. I will just call it console app. I'm okay with .NET 9 and click on create. Okay, so we have got console app created. First thing you need to do is you don't need this, so we can just remove this line. Okay, create your builder first. Create empty application builder. Let's install this package. You don't need to pause this. We don't have any settings, so we just set it null. And that's it. And our console app should be now running. Just set a start project. And we should be able to run it. We can put something, let's say, okay, our console app is now running, so that's good. Just close this. We can remove these two things. So let's create our first tool. I will create a folder called tools and then create a new class. Let's call it smart home tool or tools. Make it public. So the first thing we need to set is this is MCP server tool type. If it doesn't exist, then add a package. So that would be model context protocol. And the first one, make sure you check this checkbox and install it. Can then try again. This one. So we will create a hello world first, and then we add further tools. So just create a method. So that will return a string, something like this. And then we add some attributes. So the first one would be MCP server tool. And we can type a description, which would be, yeah, I'm okay with the description. Okay, we have created the first tool. So now go to your program file and just include this tool here. So that will be builder dot services dot add MCP server dot with STDIO server transport and dot with tools and the tool we have created. So that is smart homes, and that's it. Let's build it. Yep. Okay, so build is fine. And the next thing we need to do is go to your MCP inspector. So in the transport type, make sure you select standard input output. So that would be .NET, and that would be run. And then we specify the project. So we have to specify the project path. So go to your console app, copy this whole path, and with double quotes, just paste it. So that's the folder path. And then we have this console app with extension csproj. And I think that's it. Just click on connect. It might take a few seconds. If it doesn't show anything, then you can check in here. Looks like something is wrong. I think this is not running yet. App.run. I think that. And then build again. Build is successful. And then try again. Okay, it's all connected. So click on list tools and it shows you the tool we have created. Click on that and then you can run it and it shows the message. So our hello world tool is now created. Let's go to the next one. Okay. In our last session, we created a function app and we created a MCP tools class, and then we created multiple functions. So the first one we created was get support data and the get form completion. So this was a chat application we created a while ago, and this is taking data from that chat data source, a CSV file we created. So if I go into that, you can see we uploaded a file, a CSV file, in this location, and we were fetching information from that file. We have to do same thing now. What I have done is I have asked ChatGPT to create a similar file, but this time related to smart home. So if you look at the questions here, it's all talking about smart home, voice assistant, do you need a hub, is my data secure, how to set up my device, and all that. So now we will use this file. So first thing I need to do is I need to upload this file in that storage location. So that file has been uploaded, and meanwhile, let's rename that file and say customer support, and then we can upload this file as well. So now we don't need this file. We can simply delete this. So this now become customer support underscore JSON. Okay. So let's build it first. Most likely it's due to this. Let's solve that and try again. Yep, all good. So because now we have two different files, so what we need to do is we can't hardcode this file name here. So this needs to be passed in a parameter. And when we calling this file, for example, here, we can okay. So let's build it one more time. Okay. So that is all looking good. Let's create our first tool. We already have hello world, but let's create another one. So I just copy that. So we'll say get smart home, smart home data, and the file name we have is this one. Okay. So now we can copy this. Don't need a logo here. We need to have this in the dependency injection. Add reference to class library. And the return type would be this whole thing. Okay, so that is looking good. The only thing now remaining is we need to add this in the dependency injection, just like we added for the function app. So we copy this whole line and add it here. So I think that's it. Let's build and run. Now we have need this running. Click on connect. Okay, we have got connected. Click on list tools. So that was our hello world. And this one, fantastic. So it's reading from that JSON file we have uploaded. So that is all looking good. The next thing we need to do is we need to provide a prompt, and based on that, it should return the completion. So that would be the next function or next tool. So we can take that from the function app. Let's copy this thing first. So that was get smart home data, and this one would be get smart home data prompt completion. We need to pass this prompt as parameter. So that prompt will go here and get the data. So that is not a list anymore. I think that will be just a string. And I think that's it. Let's change the description. It will be easier if we get description from here, but it should not match. So let's put some different description. I think this one makes more sense. Let's build it and run it. Build main words because we need to stop this. Okay, build is okay now. We can connect. We can list tools, and it's giving us 3 tools. The first one, hello world, and that's we have this list which gives a list of all questions. And let's pick the prompt, and then yeah, based on that prompt, we get this answer. Okay, so we got that working. So we have STD, a standard input output working. We got the SSE working in the last demo, and the next one would be streamable HTTP. So that would be in the next demo. So once we get all these 3 working, the next would be test the prompt, the actual prompt from the VS Code. So we have used this client so far, and we can see the list of tools, but we can get some answers here. But if we check, we have to pass this exactly. For example, if I pass this one, or maybe I misspell it and try to run it, I see there is no data exists for this one. But in the actual word scenario, what we will do is we will pass prompt like this, and then we'll use AI to automatically translate into the actual prompt, and then it will try to find the data. But that we will do in VS Code. So, so it's looking so far so good. If you have any question, put in the comment, and make sure you check the previous video for SSE and the next video for streamable HTTP. And then after that, we will switch to VS Code. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have a question, please put a comment. Thank you. Bye bye.